Hi, my name is Anthony and welcome to East Africa Travel Tips. In this video, I want to talk about how to greet someone when you are in Kenya. So if you're coming to Kenya and you will be interacting with a lot of the locals, you need to know this so that you don't offend anyone by the way you greet them and in the way that you interact with them for the first time. So I'll dive right into it and say the main way that you should greet people or should say hello to someone when greeting them is through a handshake. Now, Kenyans value the handshake. So saying hi from far or failing to greet someone may offend someone if you don't shake someone's hand in the sense that you do not want to seem aloof. So when interacting with people, especially if you're meeting them, it's good to shake their hand. And the way you'd shake their hand is just basically the same way you'd probably shake your hand in any other environment. So like a proper handshake, not too long, shouldn't linger for very long, but it should be something that is something you do when you meet somebody. Now, the things to avoid, I'm going to talk about those slightly later on, but let me mention that the way we greet people and the kind of greetings people receive will depend on what their age is versus the person greeting them. It's not very complex, and this rule does not apply to everybody and to every culture within Kenya, but you will be expected to, for instance, if you're greeting somebody who you respect, who is older than you, then there's a level of greeting. Again, doesn't apply everyone, and not everybody does this, but basically holding part of your hand like this when you're greeting somebody. So this is my right hand. I think it's probably showing the opposite, but this is my right hand, and holding a part of this, hello, holding it as you say hello. That is sort of like a way of showing respect to the person who you are greeting. That is normally done when you want to show respect, when you're greeting somebody with respect. And so just basically hello. So placing your hand there is better than just giving your hand like this. So now I think the same rules apply to most Western countries, I guess, because if you're just saying hello to someone and you're not facing them and they're right behind you and you're like hello, that may be seen as disrespectful. So facing them directly and saying hello to them is a way. I'm sure this is probably the same thing that happens around your country. So here are a few things to avoid in greeting people. First is that you want to avoid hugging somebody who you are not close to. If they're not personal, close friends, actually for any of your first interactions, please avoid hugging people. Again, especially obviously in formal environments, it is not expected that you would hug anyone when you are interacting with anyone in Kenya. And so be careful when interacting with people that way, that do the handshake, but do not hug. Kisses, even on the lips, that's funny. But the way you do that, right and left cheek, I've seen those greetings elsewhere. Don't do that in Kenya. That wouldn't fly very well. It's not generally culturally acceptable, and so you probably want to avoid that. The other thing about it is that you want to stay away from very close physical contact, especially, well, I think this goes without saying, but it may not be obvious, that stay away from very close physical contact with the person who you are who you're interacting with for the first time. So just a healthy distance, a few feet away, not very far away, but just a few feet away, respecting their personal space, is viewed as acceptable. Now think about if you are not very keen on shaking hands with people, and you probably want to avoid doing that. Now there are two ways of going about it. If you're afraid of shaking hands with people because, again, catching a cold or whatever, carry hand sanitizer on one part, or if you're interacting with if it's a casual environment, you can do a fist bump. You can say gota, G-O-T-A, and that fist bump is considered a proper informal greeting in many circles. as I've said, greetings are important. They are a good way of establishing fast initial connection, and I believe the same rules that would apply in the US or in the UK and most Western countries are acceptable. Here's what is generally not. Well, it may be okay if you want to show a sign of respect, but don't bow. Like bowing, most people are Christians in Kenya. Well, Christians. They hold their foundations are Christian, and so you would not find that to be something that is usual, like bowing when greeting somebody. You don't expect to see that around, and so you probably want to avoid that. If you come from a region that does that a lot, I think they would still find that acceptable, but don't try to do. You're not obliged to do so, and it will seem weird if you are bowing. Okay, so I guess that is it. Do you have any questions for me? If you do, please post them in the comment section below, and I'm going to be able to try and answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching this video. Today it was a bit shorter because there's not much to say about greeting, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So until next time, keep traveling.